Now let's start exercise 4.2, question number second, first bit. So there are two characters in this question. John and Jeevanti together have 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marbles each. And the product of the marbles now they have is 124. Find out how many marbles they had to start with. So the information is given that there are two characters and the total marbles they together have is 45. So what we will do it, first we will write whatever is given to us. So let's start the solution. Total number of marbles. Total number of marbles is equals to 45. Now we don't know whether John is having more or Jeevanti is having more. So let's assume one of them as X marbles. So I'll just take you can take any character. I am using John. Let the number of marbles John had in the starting before losing any marble. Okay, it was X. Now if it is X, then it means that what Jeevanti will be having, 45 minus X. For example, if I and my friend is having 15 marbles and my friend is having 5 marbles, so how many will I be having? I will be having 10. So how am I getting this 10? Because I am doing 15 minus 5. In the same way, if John is having X marbles, then Jeevanti will be having 45 minus X marbles. So I am writing this symbol which shows that as it is means same thing. Simply I will just change the name here, character name. Jeevanti had is equals to 45 minus X marbles. So this is the case, or this is the scenario before they lost their marbles. Now after losing the marbles, as per the question, what the number of marbles they will be having? The number of marbles left with John. Now when we say left with John, it means that something happened and they are left with the remaining thing. So how much they have lost, it is saying in the question 45. So John was having X marbles and he lost 5. So minus 5, this is the operation we should remember. Next, the number of marbles left with Jeevanti. Now how much Jeevanti will be having? 45 minus X she was already having, and from this she lost again 5. Not again, she lost only 5. Then what it will be? 45 minus 5, it will be 40 minus X. This John is having and this much of marbles Jeevanti is having. Now as per the question, when we say, it means that it is giving some condition. What condition he has given? I am underlining here. The product of the marbles they now have is 124. Okay, so you have to just analyze the question from where you have to grab the information. So as per the question, I am just using as per the question APT just to save my time. You don't write it please. As per the question, what is telling? Product of number of marbles. So we will take after losing how many marbles they are having. So the product means multiplication. I am writing in bracket. 45 minus X is equals to how much he is saying? 124. Okay, X 124. Done. So now your homework starts. In every problem, I'll just stop here and directly give you the quadratic equation. So what you are going to do, you are going to solve this brackets, open this brackets and try to get the equation which I am showing you now. So on opening the bracket, you should get the quadratic equation as x square minus 45x plus 324 equal to 0 is the quadratic equation. But now in this exercise he is asking us to find out the numbers, okay, how many marbles they were having. So when we are telling that we have to find out the number of marbles, it means that we have to find out the value of X. So it means that we have to do here splitting middle term method. Using splitting middle term method, we have to factorize this quadratic equation to get the value of X. So let's do this on the next page. Hope you all have understood what you are going to do. You are going to open the bracket and you should get this quadratic equation. You should not write in your classwork directly this equation. You will not get marks if I give marks for your completion. Now let's change the page. Now after factorization, you have to write like this. On factorizing, what equation we are factorizing? X square minus 45x plus 324 equal to 0 using splitting middle term method. So once I split this, I am not going to explain this part, you all have to split it. The answer, the factors you should get is x minus 9. This whole part you people have to do. Again and again I am telling you do it. Okay. X minus 9 into x minus 36 equals to 0. Now I want the value of marbles. So x minus 9 equals to 0 and x minus 36 equals to 0. So what value I am getting now? X equal to 9 and x equal to 36. Now it is quite difficult for us to understand really how much the marbles they were having in the starting. So we had assumed x as the number of marbles John had. So we will talk about both the scenarios. If John had x equal to 9 marbles, as per that, how much Jeevanti will be having? If John had Jeevanti, then Jeevanti will have, because they are dependent on each other, it depends on the value of John. Jeevanti had 45 minus x marbles we said, and here x value we are now first taking x equal to 9. So how much it will be? 45 minus 9, it will be 36. So here you write case 1 or scenario 1, you can write anything. Case 1 when x equal to 9. This will be the scenario. Okay. Now we have to talk about the other value also. Imagine if the other value of the number of marble is a negative number. Simply you have to say the number of things cannot be in negative. So this value is rejected. You just have to focus on this. Now both the values are positive. We have to talk about both the things. So case 2, if x is equals to 36. So then John will have how much? John had 36 marbles, right? If John had 36 marbles, then Jeevanti could have in the starting 45 minus 36. And 45 minus 36, how much it will be? 9 marbles. So this is how we have shown how to find out a quadratic equation, and you will open the bracket. This whole exercise, I want to use it as the revision for your previous exercise. In the previous exercise, the first question was talking to us about or asking us to find out about quadratic equation, opening the bracket. So you will do that part, you will get the quadratic equation. And the second question was to factorize. So you will factorize and you will get the answers. Please do this part in your classwork, don't directly copy it. If any one single problem is also seen that you have copied, I'm so sorry, I won't be able to give marks. Now let's go to second question, second bit. Now let's start question number 2, second bit. It is information regarding a cottage industry. A cottage industry is nothing but an industry where people work from home on a small scale. Like for example, they are making agarbattis, making candles, or making handicrafts or soft toys. So this is the information regarding a cottage industry where it produces a certain number of toys, and the cost of production on each day of each toy, they said it is always 55 minus the number of toys they produce. For example, on a particular day they have produced 30 toys. So what will be the cost of one toy? Cost of production they have spent on one toy is 55 minus 30. So this is the logic they have given, and they are saying that on a particular day they noticed that they were able to spend money for rupees 750 on some toys, and now they want to know how many toys they have really produced. So here I have written, let the number of toys produced be X and the cost of production of each toy on that day. So as per their logic, they are telling that the cost of production of each toy is very important. So they are saying it is always 55 minus the number of toys produced. So I am writing on that day B 55 minus X rupees. It is a cost, so I am writing rupees. Now this is the information. For example, if they want to find out how much cost they have spent totally on total toys. So this is the number of toys produced, and this is the cost of one toy. So don't you think simply if we multiply we will get the total cost of both? If you don't remember or don't understand this, I am giving you here tip. Always whenever you want to know total cost of things, is always found by using the formula number of things. This is a basic thing. If you don't understand this, how I have written, I'm giving you, not this, the next line. Number of things into cost of each, not each, cost of one thing, one item, not thing, you can say item also. Okay, so now if I want to know what is the cost of all the toys produced on that day, so therefore total cost of production on that day, how it will be? Number of things, how many toys have been produced, X toys, into cost of one thing. So here 55 minus X. So let me replace this thing word with toy, number of toys into number of one toy, and here replace this as toy. So it will help you, this cloud will help you out to understand how we have written the equation. So as per in numerical and variables, I got the cost of done. Now, but they have given that on a particular day, they have noticed that they were able to spend 750 rupees in making toys. Now they want to know what is the cost they spend on one toy. So don't you think this 55 minus X square is equals to 750, because this is giving the total cost of the production, and but only the difference is they have given here number. So we will equate them. Once I equate them, I will be getting like this. 55x minus x square is equals to 750. And how am I writing this? As per the question, total cost and the total cost. Now once I see this is able to form a quadratic equation, I will not try to keep this x square as negative. So what I will do, I will transfer everything on my left hand side. So minus x square will become positive x square, plus 55x will become minus 55x, and this remains here only, plus 750, no change in sign, equals to 0. So here I got the quadratic equation. Done. Now here is third question. Find two numbers whose sum is 27 and the product of them is 182. So he is asking us to find out the two numbers, and we don't know those two numbers, but the hint he has given is the sum of those numbers is 27. So it makes our work easy, and simply we will just assume let one number be x. if one number is x, then don't you think the second number will be 27 minus x? Why? Because the sum of both the numbers. For example, a plus b is equals to 27. Both the numbers is equals to 27. Their sum. Then sum is nothing but the addition. Now, if I say a is something, then the other b is something, then a will be 27 minus b. So if I am telling let one number be x, it means that the other number will be 27 minus x. So I am writing then other number be 27 minus x. Okay. So we are ready with both the numbers, and the second hint or the second part of the question, he says that the product of the numbers is 182, and product means into. So I am writing as per the question. So as per the question, product means into x into 27 minus x is equals to 182. Okay. So when we multiply, you will be getting 27 into x, 27x, x into x, x square is equals to 182. And again it has become a quadratic equation. I am transposing everything here to make my x square positive 27, and this remains here only, so its sign was plus, it is equals to 0. Now you factorize using splitting middle term. I am giving you the answer, the factors. The answer the factors could be x minus 13 into x minus 14 you should get, right? So please do factorization. I am giving you open hint, you just have to adjust how to do it. Now we have to find out the numbers. So x minus 13 is equals to 0, and x will be equal to how much? 13. Then next value, x minus 14 is equals to 0, x is equals to 14. So it means that the two numbers who were able to give the sum as 27 and on multiplication they were giving 182 is 13 and 14. So conclude your problem saying that therefore the required two numbers are 13 and 14. Okay. So this is how we have completed our question number 3. Let's do question number 4 of exercise 4.2. It is given that find two consecutive positive integers whose sum of squares is 365. So hope you all remember the word consecutive. So consecutive means just immediate next number. So we don't know both the numbers, so let's assume it. Let's say one number, or else directly you can say let's say the consecutive numbers be x and x plus 1. Okay. Now we got two numbers. What is it telling in the second part of the question? The hint. It is working as a hint. Sum of whose squares. So as per the question, we can write sum means plus, sum of whom squares of the numbers is equals to 365, isn't it? So what are the numbers we all have thought? X, and here x plus 1. Okay. Now this is x square, directly I can say, and this is in the form of a plus b whole square. So a square plus b square plus 2ab, and it is equals to 365. X square is 2x square plus 1 constant as it is, plus 2 ones are 2 into x is equals to 365. So 2x square plus 2x, let's read properly. Bring this 365 inside and it becomes minus equals to 0. 2x square plus 2x minus 364 equal to 0 is a quadratic equation we got. Now it is up to us whether we want to simplify it more by taking 2 as the common, then you can take it. So let's make it little more simple. If I try out 2x square plus 2x minus 2 ones are 2, 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 4, it is equals to 0. Now here you can see we have got the equation. I have taken 2 as common, so I got this quadratic equation. So once we get the quadratic equation, this part I am leaving for you all as homework. So on factorization, we should get this x minus 13 into x plus 14. So you are equating it to equal to 0 for both the things. X equal to 13, and here we will be getting x equal to minus 14. Here you can see. Now why I have written here rejected, because x assumed as a positive consecutive number, right? So once you get your, here you can see in the question, positive integer. So it is obvious that this is of no use, this x equal to minus 14. So you will be writing it as rejected. Therefore the numbers are, the first number is x, which could be 13, and the immediate next number is x plus 1, that is 13 plus 1, that is 14. So the required number whose sum of squares is 365 is your 13 and 14. So like this we have completed our question. Please complete these all problems in your classwork. Let's do question number 5 of exercise 4.2. The altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 centimeters. So here the keyword is altitude. I am writing the tip here. If you already know, it's well and good. If you don't know, you can write. Altitude is nothing but the second name of height of the triangle. Okay. Now the altitude of a right angle triangle, I'll just give you the shape of a right angle triangle. This is the shape, this is right angle. And what he is trying to say, the altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. And this is base, right? And we don't know base. So we will first assume it like this. And how is the altitude? 7 less. How we had learned? 7 less than base. Okay. And what is the hypotenuse they have given? 13 centimeter. So this is how the whole information goes on. And since it is a right angle triangle, we all have to use Pythagoras theorem to answer this. So let us start the problem. You have to include this as a tip. Write in a cloud or anything, but do write like this. We will first introduce, let's say, base B x. Okay, x centimeter. Why I am telling centimeter? 13 is in centimeter. Okay. Now next one, what is he telling? The altitude. So let's say altitude or the height. Whatever terminology is being used in question, please use that same thing. Altitude B. How is the altitude? 7 centimeter less. Are you seeing in the question? 7 centimeter less here. 7 centimeter less. It means that 7 centimeter less means minus sign. Less than whom? Less than its base. What is the base? We all had assumed here x centimeter. So this is how we have to learn how to frame equations or expressions. Now this is done. And what is given to us? Hypotenuse is equals to 13 centimeter. Now since it is a right angle triangle, we all have to use Pythagoras theorem. Hope you all remember Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, what does it says? Hypotenuse square is equals to base square plus. Let's do question number 5 of exercise 4.2. The altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 centimeters. So here the keyword is altitude. I am writing the tip here. If you already know, it's well and good. If you don't know, you can write. Altitude is nothing but the second name of height of the triangle. Okay. Now the altitude of a right angle triangle, I'll just give you the shape of a right angle triangle. This is the shape, this is right angle. And what he is trying to say, the altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. And this is base, right? And we don't know base. So we will first assume it like this. And how is the altitude? 7 less. How we had learned? 7 less than base. Okay? And what is the hypotenuse they have given? 13 centimeter. So this is how the whole information goes on. And since it is a right angle triangle, we all have to use Pythagoras theorem to answer this. So let us start the problem. You have to include this as a tip. Write in a cloud or anything, but do write like this. We will first introduce, let's say, base B x. Okay, x centimeter. Why I am telling centimeter? 13 is in centimeter. Okay. Now next one, what is it telling? The altitude. So let's say altitude or the height. Whatever terminology is being used in question, please use that same thing. Altitude B. How is the altitude? 7 centimeter less. Are you seeing in the question? 7 centimeter less here. 7 centimeter less. It means that 7 centimeter less means minus sign. Less than whom? Less than its base. What is the base? We all had assumed here x centimeter. So this is how we have to learn how to frame equations or expressions. Now this is done, and what is given to us? Hypotenuse is equals to 13 centimeter. Now since it is a right angle triangle, we all have to use Pythagoras theorem. Hope you all remember Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, what does it says? Hypotenuse square is equals to base square plus altitude square, right? So let's try to do it. Hypotenuse is 13. 13 square is equals to base. What is base? X. Altitude is how much? X minus 7 whole square. So as you progress in this chapter, you will see how the previous exercises, first you had learned how to open bracket, decide whether it is a quadratic or not. It's the same case, and a minus b whole square you have to in that. And 13 into 13, it will be 169. Okay. And next one is b whole square. A square plus b square. B square is 7 square. Okay. Now let here 169 is equals to x square is 2, x 7s are 49 minus 2 7s are 14x. Okay, so let's collect all the terms together to make a proper quadratic equation. 2x square minus 14x plus 49 is 169. I will transpose it on the other side, so it will become minus, and it is equals to 0. Okay, now after this we have to sort out this quadratic equation, this finalized simplest one. So after addition or subtraction of your constants, we got this quadratic equation. If you look at this carefully, these all can, to save your time, you can do, or you can take 2 as common from them. Okay, so it will be 2x square minus 2 7s are 14, 2 6 are 12, 2 0s are 0. It is equals to 0. Now once I transpose this to whole equation like this, done. Now it is easy for us to do factorization using splitting middle term method. Even you can do here also, but it takes you a lot of time to think of a number, because the product will be 120 into 2, it will be something like 240. You have to look for the factors of 240. Better to look for the factors of 60, it makes your work simple. So again same, I am leaving the space, you have to find out how to do it. And the final factors I am telling here, it is x plus 5 into x minus 12 equals to 0. So we need to find out the value of x. So I will equate each of the factor with 0. Okay, x minus 12 equals to 0. X equals to minus 5, and here x equals to 12. Now if you look back at the question, what was he asking us? Find the other two sides. The other two sides are nothing but the length of one line or one side. And always remember, length or any measurement won't be in your negative number, so this is rejected. Done. So you have to conclude your problem saying that therefore, okay, therefore the base, what we had assumed base as x centimeter, and it is nothing but our 12 centimeter. Okay, now what we had assumed for height or altitude, altitude was x minus centimeter. So how much it will be? 12 minus, and it is equals to 5 centimeter. Done. So like this we have got two different sides just using the information of that what is a connection between them. And always remember, try to reject the things which are negative, especially in the number of things or measurements or the length of some line. Okay, so by this we have completed our question number 5. Now let's do question number 6, and for question number 6 I will not be solving it. I'll just display you the solution. You should try to do it on your own and cross